Good to be here. Good to see
love your area
out there. Alright, so my name's Dustin Nispel. I got a website, denpoetry.com, D-E-N, like the Lion's Den. I'm just gonna go right into it. This is a brand new piece, and since this is Femi's album release tour, I had to showcase this piece here for him in representation of his awesome dedication to the art. It's called Jeremy David. Day. It is day. Here we are together. In our last room we remember. And soon we will depart, I to your wake and you to your tomb. But I will carry you every step of the way, my friend, and you just rest. We will hold the rails in heavy lifting. We will compose for exactly 46 steps with our insides twisting and our necks bent low to hide our drenched faces running down our chest. Yet, your casket called everyone and stole our breath. When we got to the hearse, I heard them all whisper, not yet, not now. 1, 2, 3, lift. We took our time. 21 years are in the back of that black silhouette, and we have been filling it with the tears of time and regret, but we shall carry it every step of the way, my friend, and you just rest. And yes, they will bury it, but they will never bury you, as no 6 feet of earth can ever smother the first friend I ever had beyond worth. You were always there for me when I ran from everything, as my friends have always been my family. Night. A few bottles in battle, and I found myself kneeling in topsoil and backfill, soaking wet, but tears weren't falling from sockets behind broken eyes. The roaring wails of morning cast into the night. No, not like this. Cursing dirt for holding truth. No, and I know it's no use, but I was strong all day, so please excuse my collapse, as I am the repercussion of reliving my relapse. I cut down every surrounding stone with my words and filled my hands with your dirt. This can't be happening. This can't be the way this ends. Every spirit was entitled but silent. No, God, please don't take one of the few who still believe in me, who lifted me. Don't make me swear to be something. Don't make me live for both of us. Don't make me, I'm scared to write myself out of this fucked up graveyard with these wretched fucking stones and this fucking earth swallowing my soul. Yes, the roses. I will always bring the roses on the second day of the second week of every month for 2 years solid. I will stand there rocking, nodding, asking, are you there, Jer? And when the wind picks up as though knocking, I will just stare as I am beyond repair, lost in the mud of despair, as no preparation could prepare the unaware. I will carry you, my friend, in my head and heart stem, in the power lines I write with my pen. I will pour us out in rivers of ink and shiver the spines of those that drink it. They will know the truth, that the day your obituary stood proof upon arrival was the day I made my dictionary my Bible, that the flame of my fire is blue and hue, that the only way to explain is to prove that no one became someone of use. See, I'm not writing with one pen, I'm writing with two. One is mine and one is you. That holding this cold earth until sunrise gave birth to a poet as the old demise, emerging from the cemetery covered in your dirt, as though I crawled from the ground with my desire, my Bible, and my work.
Word.
We'll do this one, Bottom of the Blossom. This is kind of my outtake on society, if you will. We look lost in confusion. Absent a proven solution, we sit stacked in the back rack of illusion. Packed like the city, full of cracks and pollution. I wonder what's under our surface while we carry on like watching reruns on purpose. It just makes me feel like a machine, so outdated and worthless, and it's just that I want purpose. Not for me, but for us. Not for greed or lust, but for unity amongst us, the people. And I know we are different pillars, but pillars nonetheless, as we hold up the same trust and invest the same will. I want us to be real. Not just fillers filling up space like a dead plant on the windowsill we water just in case. I want us to actually grow. Like we are connected and share the same space, that this place is special. But something's wrong, isn't it? Like the maestro is playing the wrong song at the wrong decibel, that the festival isn't actually festive, but rather regrettable, and the sensible thing to do is just change the festivity, but you can't without unity. So you see why it's so important. But the show divides us like orphans, sorely portioned out, so distorted and discordant with each other, we are left sorting and courting idols and objects, titles and projects, like reliving abortion and life interjects. Yo, reconnect. You're more than idle subjects, lobbying for paychecks and martyring your mindset. Let's regress from human being to human being, and if all you have is a voice in a two-step, use it, because believing is seeing, and lately I've been seeing less, and maybe it's our government, or maybe it's the press, but whatever has infected us was the best weapon yet. And I think Hendrix said it best when he said, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, and I think what he meant was in reference to the trickle effect and the ensuing question of, have we done this correctly? Truly check what human being actually meant, that lately we've been dying with regret as our cups have been less than half empty on the table, half set. We forget or have forgotten that material leaves you regress, jesting and rotten, that somewhere connection disconnected from socket, like we left the keys inside and locked it. Right? Yes. So what if we set judgment aside, pride, right next to money and everything else that makes prime individuals divisible and dismissible, like a storm in the distance, we saw this coming, whether you'd like to admit it or not, I'll tell you something, we are stronger than this. We need to elevate ourselves from the mist and all the troubles troubling bliss to make it more than a listed wish, befuddled and befumbling. We are distantly far less humbled and humbling, rumbling through the mist, and sometimes I see the light through poetry and First Friday Art Night, and I watch us cling to it like it is all of life, left in this prison of darkness and strife we try to escape from, but we can change this life, this one. The one I'm so proud to be in and pouring from within in front of my kin. And yes, sometimes my soul does stretch thin, but what has been, whether it's bliss or sin, feast or famine, we are all tools of God. However, God is something we should examine. Because if God divides us like this, then I want no parts of him. As human has been torn limb from limb by war under him, and he has yet to step in like, no, children. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's not above, but within the quantum column or in the bottom of the blossom when the petals have fallen into the past like postpartum. And I know we got this. But I must persistently insist and trust your ears hear this, but more importantly, where your heart sits. And once it skips, I hope it flicks your light switch from off to on as life is fixed in darkness just before the dawn like a spark. I hope it finally clicks before this life is ultimately gone. Thank you.
One more time for Dustin. Y'all so